haven't seen the use, have you? Let's go. You haven't seen this one?
Let's go.
No, I've seen you working on it, but I haven't seen it in VR.
Okay.
Oh shit. Hey. How do
My friends.
how do you open up the menu again?
Without
Review?
further
Menu
ado,
above your head and pressing B.
the story
Let's see.
begins. Listen. Can you hear it? The waves. They say that when I was born, everyone could hear it. The midwives, the guards, the servants, even the cooks and stable hands. Everyone in the castle, everybody in the kingdom. Everybody heard the ocean. But that didn't make sense. The ocean is nowhere near the kingdom. The oracle said it was a sign that I was different. But I never heard the waves myself. At least, not until. Chapter 1. High in a castle tower, alone in dark chamber, a young prince trembles beneath the covers. His brow is furrowed with worry, his breath shallow and rapid. His mind is full, overflowing with grim images, twisted visions, memories of that night, that storm, that harrowing storm, dark waters churning and roiling. Nightmares plague him, guilt plagues him. Some of the crew members and soldiers were found along the beaches, blue faces strangled by seaweed, bloated, half buried in grey sands. But his father was not among them. All were lost to the sea. All but the prince. He awakens with a start, saved from the darkness of his own imagination, finding brief reprieve in the pop of a candle. But the remission is short-lived. He sits up, looks left at the raindrop sliding down the glass, then right, slowly surveying the dark corners of his chamber. There's a meal on his cabinet, likely cold as stone. The thought of food upsets him, his appetite absent for 1 or 2 moons now. With a shaking sigh, he reaches over, scooping up a trinket from his bedside table, and he brings it close to his face, squinting in the low light to make out its details. It is a pendant from the sacred land of Ludicia, given to him by his father, the late king. All he has is this pendant, his mother, and his brother. A warmth ignites in his heart, spreading across his body, keeping the cold at bay. Strong, charming, smart. His brother is everything their parents wanted. He even went to battle alongside the Silver Aegis and came back unscathed. The people look up to him. His brother is the king everybody wants. The chill of night begins to win the fight. The pendant loses its power as his bed pleads for him to return. Heavy covers under which he can hide and wish himself away. A fragile bulwark against a callous, ruthless world that doesn't want him. He dives back down into his refuge and would be at his door at this time of night. Is it one of the guard making sure he hasn't fled? Is it the nurse checking up on him again? Is it the zealots finally here to drag him to the tower? Rain batters glass as he turns his head toward the door. You're still awake? The prince sighs and nods. His brother steps out of shadow, wearing a cloak and carrying a bag. Why is he dressed at this time of night? Has anyone entered your room? The prince looks at his brother. Have they? He doesn't think so. Aside from the rain and wind, the castle has been quiet. His brother seems nervous, and it makes the prince nervous. He shakes his head. Good. The brother glances toward the door. Get dressed. Grab whatever you can carry. The prince's heart sinks. Questions and fears swim in his mind like eels in a bucket of water. Is there a fire? Has Dacia finally reached the capital? Is his mother, the queen, sending him away? Is he finally going to prison for what he did? But none of the questions leave his lips. He just sits there, useless. Listen, his brother approaches the bed. This is serious. Put on your cloak. Take whatever you don't want to leave behind. Someone is after us, and he turns suddenly to face the door. The prince listens. Hurry, the brother says in a harsh whisper. Now! The prince is terrified. He climbs out of the covers and reaches down to open the trunk at the foot of his bed, rummaging for his warmest cloak, the dark blue one with the hood. What about Mother? The prince's voice feels weak, as though it's about to shatter. What about the guards? What about the Aegis? What about... No, there's no time. His voice frightens the prince. Why is he being like this? He finds his cloak and swings it over his shoulders. He slips a long tunic over his nightgown, fastens it with a belt, and slips into some boots. He only has time to stuff the Ludician pendant into his pocket before his brother grabs his hand and almost drags him to the door. The brother stops, gestures for the prince to be quiet, and peers out into the passageway. My friends, let us follow the pair into the dark. Please follow me.
Come on, Codex. Let's move.
I'll be sure there's something.
The next room. Okay.
Hey, Pony. So, Codex told me you invited everyone here? Well, at least them.
The prince and the brother pass through an empty hall. The castle has been quiet thus far, but here, from someplace ahead, footsteps echo. Behind here, whispers the brother, pressing himself against a pillar. A moment later, a door swings open. The sounds of armor rattling and a woman panting draw nearer. The prince holds his breath. A figure staggers past in a rush, glancing around only briefly, and they exit the way the brothers came from. That's the Aegis, the prince thinks, and his heart flutters. But something's wrong. She looked injured. And how didn't she notice them? The prince peers up at his brother, expecting him to go after his mentor. But he doesn't. The brother grabs his hand and uses a side door. My friends, this way.
Look. Shall we?
Why are we here? The prince asks. The brother hurries past the shelves and moves to the far end of the room, ignoring the question. He starts to check everything, moving random objects, looking behind and under furniture. The prince looks at a nearby open book, some old red tome. Who is after us? The brother stops. The Oracle is dead. The Inquisitor killed him. He looks the prince directly in the eyes, breathless, afraid. I saw it happen, and the Inquisitor saw me. The prince stumbles back, catching himself on a desk. The Oracle? Dead? And the Inquisitor? A cold chill crawls up the back of his neck. A sick feeling boils in his stomach. Dead. Dead. But the oracle said that he is the chosen one. The oracle said that he survived for a reason. The oracle said he would learn how to control it if he just went to Laodicea and found it. The brother steps back and dusts his hands. Help me move this. The two of them carefully, quietly, drag a shelf away from the wall. Behind it, low to the ground, is an old door. A secret passage. This will lead outside the castle, the brother says. Are you ready? Ready. Ready. How can he be ready? No, this has to be a dream. It feels like a dream, a nightmare. It's a nightmare. The oracle can't be dead. In a moment now he's going to be shaken awake by his nerves. And his mother will be right there, and for once he will welcome her presence. Yes, it's just a nightmare. It's... Hey. The brother pulls him back. I know you're afraid. I am as well. But without us, Lazarus has no ruler after Mother. We're going to escape. We're going to hide. We're going to get help. And then I'm going to figure out a way to solve all of this. All right? It's going to be okay. We will be okay. The prince can only bring himself to nod before they both crawl into the secret passage. My friends, we must follow this way.
Or blue.
Sweet.
Detach. Okay.
Detach.
But I don't know.
Detach.
Drift. Hello.
Detach.
Drift.
That's the hidden one.
Drift is,
don't
what
know.
drift could be is,
The brothers emerge from the cramped passageway and find themselves in a dimly lit basement. It feels similar to the kitchen cellars, but the prince doesn't directly recognize it. Judging by his brother's face, he doesn't recognize it either. The brother begins to cross the room slowly, checking every footstep. The prince stops. What's that noise? A grinding, a deep rumbling. The storm returns. An image rushes up from the depths, rising to meet him. In a moonlight forest, a beast strides out of undergrowth. It glides across the ground, argent, majestic, silent. A great silver elk. It lands, pauses, turns back. A younger tawny elk follows, slower and with less majesty, yet bearing great promise. The great elk observes as the younger elk's shadow moves. It betrays the form. The forest becomes dark. My friends, you have a choice to make in this story. The prince has 4 options. Descend, divulge, dwell, distract. I will give you 1 minute to discuss what he should do, and after this time expires, one of you will be called upon to give the best answer you have heard. Your time starts now.
Detach.
Detach.
Okay,
Detach.
so there is. So detach is the option, but
Yeah, touch.
part of me is wondering. So,
Hello.
but what about
Like, mhm.
what they said in the thing, like
Yeah, I was thinking the same
dreaming,
thing. Mm-hmm.
and all that? Is that
It's a good
just
theory.
a subtle hint that there's might be more options that we don't know about? We've just got to try. Because
Might as well try.
like yes, but we've been given.
Risk it though.
I mean, what would we be losing? We'd just be losing the ability to skip the narrative of the next 2 or 3 rooms or something.
Well, that's the thing, you know, because I'm pretty sure one of them actively allows us to know the word defy. What if we skip it, and because the prince or the brother, the prince doesn't know or believe in the word defy, is unable to use it. Like, we have to, you know, go through the process of learning
However, the thing is that
Cease your discussion. Your time is up. I am going to call upon the wisdom and insight of Pack and Two. Do you speak, traveler?
I do.
Very well. You alone will direct the course of this part of the story. What is the best suggestion you have heard? Could you repeat that?
Detach.
Detach was not one of the options I have listed. Are you sure?
Yes. Detach.
The most unsure surety I have heard in a while. Very well. Your answer has been submitted, and their fates have been sealed. This is what happens. Detach. The prince takes a step back from himself. He observes his own fear, his own experience. He observes the vision from outside. With this clarity, he can see the truth. He remains in the moonlight forest. The shadow continues to shift, sliding beneath the younger elk. The greater elk stamps its hoof unmoved. The shadow does not flinch. The elk stamps again, and the shadow cowers. Then the shadow turns. It turns in the direction of the prince, and the prince looks back at the darkness, black as the dark side of the moon. And in this vision the prince remains. The brother carries him upon his back throughout the rest of the hidden passage. During this time, the prince is aware of his brother avoiding some zealots down here, and the Silver Aegis, who is working with them. My friends, please kindly follow me.
I just.
Hey.
Alright.
Okay, so what do you think? Something dots.
I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
What if there's another hidden one for these earlier ones? And it's one that we use.
Suggesting.
No,
I don't
like,
think
you got me
people
thinking.
know.
What if it's the one that we use instead of destroy? Like at the end. What if?
No, so the detach was what we thought was the alternative, but then it turned out.
It's in here, maybe defy.
Not defy.
Chapter 2. A final secret tunnel takes them up some steep stairs and into some long-abandoned home. A chill wind whistles through cracks in the shutters, accompanied by the gentle grey of dawn. The moth-eaten rug breaks apart as the prince makes his way to the old, dust-covered bed. He sits and he sighs. He is tired, he is hungry, and his stomach still churns. The brother goes to the window and peers outside, one hand on the handle of his sidearm. His sidearm? Was that there this whole time? The prince wants to ask about it. He wants to ask about the Aegis, the Oracle, the Inquisitor. But his mouth is dry, and his jaw aches, and he, for the first time, is afraid of the only person who has always been there for him. I think it's safe here. Are you all right? His brother is looking at him. The prince nods, and the brother approaches and offers a water skin. Here, he says, have some. The prince looks at it. The leather is carved with a royal emblem. He wants to take it. He wants to trust his brother. But he can't. You think I attacked the Aegis? You think I killed the Oracle? I didn't think you could hear that. Well, I did do one of those things. I attacked the Aegis. I didn't want to, but you must understand, I had no choice. I saw the Inquisitor with the Oracle last night. I was going to speak with the Oracle about my coronation, but I heard their conversation. I heard what they said about you. The Oracle called you Oceanborn, and I saw the fire in the Inquisitor's eyes. The Inquisitor is... He wields the power of miracles of fire. You know this. He thinks you are sent by the enemy. He thinks the Chosen One should be fireborn like he is. He thinks... Well, I don't really understand it fully, but what I do know is if I went to the Aegis for help, then she and everyone else in the castle would have faced the wrath of the Inquisitor, including Mother. This way, it's just us. This way, everyone else is safe from him. You understand, don't you? The prince slowly lifts his gaze to meet his brother's. Something about his voice, the way he's talking. He's never heard his brother sound so afraid. He can feel the Ludician pendant in his pocket. Look, the brother says, unbuckling his weapon. If you still don't trust me, take this. Wear it. Be the one to bear the blade. All right. The prince takes the sword from his brother. Sorry. The brother's stern visage is broken by a smile. Come on, we need to keep moving, he says. You won't be safe here for long. We need to get out of Moravos, and then I'll figure out what to do next. We'll find allies, someone who can best the Inquisitor. The brother stands and offers a hand. The prince takes it, and they exit. My friends, let us follow them into the castle town of Moravos and help them find a way to escape. This way.
Zilla. You want to partner up for the quest?
Sure, I guess so.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to partner up here. So
Yeah.
Alright.
you two should
Though the
partner
winds
up.
howl, the town is slowly waking up, ignorant of what had transpired overnight. Rugs are shaken out of second-story windows. Farmers set up stalls to sell cucumbers, carrots, and cabbage. Smiths stoke their furnaces, while innkeeps sweep the past night's chaos out their front doors. The sun barely manages to break through the clouds. This way, the brother says suddenly, and he pulls the prince aside into some bushes. Not a minute later, a pair of zealots, dressed in red, approach a pair of city watchmen. Let it be known, says one of the zealots, that the princes are to be brought before the Viner Church if they are found. They have committed treason of the highest order. Treason? Truly? What do you speak of? The heir murdered the Oracle and has taken his younger brother as hostage. The Inquisitor fears the heir is being compromised by the enemy. But the heir has faced Dacians on the battlefield. You mean to tell me he Queen's orders? If they are found, the Inquisitor must be notified at once. Failure to do so will result in being branded an enemy of the Crown and of God. As you say, we shall spread the word. And the brothers are left alone again. Nobody can know who we are, the brother says. Don't say anything to anyone. Keep your hood up and don't let anyone see your possessions. The guards will not let us out of the gates before checking who we are. And we'll definitely be recognized. We just need to get to... I have an idea. I know someone who could help us. But we need to get across town. The brother looks down the road. My friends, the brothers are about to cross the city of Moravos. but they're going to need your help. Tonight's NPCs, Diarmid and Equalization, please come forth. Travelers, these people are tonight's NPCs. They will be playing city guards. NPCs, please change into your avatars now. Everyone else, make sure you have the avatars of these two shown and remember their names.
Oh, they're cool outfit.
NPCs, take your positions in the city and make sure you are somewhere where you cannot hear me as I continue the rules. Now, for the rest of you, this quest requires that you are able to use your microphone. If you do not wish to speak, or if you think the NPCs know you personally too well, or you want to opt out of this quest for any other reason, please stand in the alley corner behind me. The rest of you, please take a moment to clearly form pairs. I'll give you a minute to do so. Okay?
God, I hope we're not the princes.
Sure. Okay.
Well,
Just like a different pair.
You can't run away from the yellows.
Pairs.
Incognito?
Can we show?
I'm sure.
Free?
Yeah,
Pretty super.
You have nice avatars, by the way.
It's been crazy. Been sitting.
Yeah, I'm mostly using this one because it is
Silly.
easy
If
to move
anybody
around.
does not have a pair,
pretty good.
please come and stand below me.
I get that.
Sorry, what'd you say?
We can be a pair.
Zorro,
They're pretty
are
cute.
you missing a pair?
Oh,
There you go.
Is there
It's
anybody else who does not have a pair?
This is my main one. I basically made this one. Like, I kit bashed it.
thank you.
Technically, it's not really. I kit bashed most of it.
Ragnaros, you do not have a partner.
I did like customize the code though.
Only one being
Ragnaros and Zorro,
Something.
you are now a pair.
I put this one together.
Travelers, the rules will continue.
Kit bash?
Please listen carefully.
That's a kit bash.
This is what the NPCs will be doing. They will be
What is the NPCs?
somewhere in the city, and they will be questioning you as your
I mean,
pairs,
it's
so
like-
please stay together. If they address you, you must answer their questions. No other conversation is allowed between the travelers and the NPCs. This is what you are all to do. You are all to wander the city of Moravos while staying together in your pairs. You may talk amongst yourselves or with other travelers. When questioned, you must answer the NPC's questions truthfully, except for the princes who will lie. The princes will be chosen now. Skull, who is your partner?
Captain Panda.
Thank God.
Panda, have you been chosen recently for the prince?
No, I've never.
Very well. Skull
Oh.
and Captain Panda, when questioned by the guards, you must lie. Everyone else must tell the truth. Do you understand?
See.
Yep.
Very well.
Panda's
Friends, no
super sus.
role-playing is required. You are answering questions about your real
I
life.
think we should eject.
And of course, none of you may give any indication whatsoever about who the princes are. You will have 10 minutes to roam the city of Moravos. At the end of this town, you will hear the town bell. Please at this point come and find me. The NPCs will then privately discuss which pair they think were playing as the princes and lying. Your goal is to keep the princes' identities a secret. Our Alzu, did you have a question?
I was just wondering if we could travel one more place to see what happens.
It's a rather small group today. I think there are fewer than 10 pairs. If the group is larger, I definitely choose 2 pairs. My friends, your 10 minutes starts now.
Let's go.
Alzu, you are a menace to society. Come on, Silent, let's go. Not that way. Not that way.
Yes, exactly.
Zealots. And
Yes, McZealots. Yeah, I don't know. This is my preferred half body avatar because my legs are animated. So
we're looking for McZealots. We've never had any
Makes
luck
sense, yeah.
with finding McZealots. Actually, Zealot, have you come any closer to finding McZealots?
I have not, unfortunately.
Oh, there's one right there.
And my power. That's not McZealot. That's just a zealot. That's not McZealots.
Well, let's go. Who's distracting me a lot? Wait, could you get like a picture of me like about to fall off like this?
I didn't actually. Okay, let me. I am not prepared to actually take pictures.
That doesn't understand.
Have
Doing this is.
oh dear. I have it.
Have you found the key to results yet?
We have not found the key to McZealots,
Oh, you were
but
streaming,
I
yeah.
think you know it might
never
be, might be in that pool. You know, if you just give Geo a push.
You know.
Yes.
No.
Yes, we are a pair.
Geo, come here. He's well played.
I believe I will retrieve my pair. One moment. We are being questioned. Here.
I have a question for both of you. Geo,
Yes.
what would you change about your past?
Don't access.
Literally everything.
Don't do that now.
That's all I need to hear. Thank you. Okay.
There's a question for both of us, apparently.
Yeah, the Armin knows me, so probably he'd know if I was lying.
No, I am not streaming. I, however, am practicing. I'm practicing recording with like cool camera movements. Why?
nice.
For no reason.
Nice.
For absolutely no reason other than I feel like it.
Come get a picture of me about to fall off.
More VR chat. Lots more VR chat.
I wish you could turn the camera.
Jean, have you found the key to McZealots yet? I've been looking everywhere for it. I can't find it.
Alright, let's go. Let's move.
The key to what? McZealots. I need to go buy a 10-piece confession.
A 10-piece confession.
I won't change anything about my past because it's made me who I am.
Oh, do you remember asking everyone the same question? What the fuck is...
Look at you, break.
Come on, move those legs. You gotta move those legs.
Gotta dance.
Return.
Yeah, you're gonna have
Who's your partner? I see.
Entirely fine.
Gotta cheat.
Cringe. Hey, guess what? I can do that too.
Wish we had a better and more stable relationship instead of the odd passive aggressive.
But can you do
comments
this?
we make to each other.
Oh shoot! Did I break it?
I cannot do
Apparently I
that.
did.
With hopes of
I cannot.
Yeah, you break
I
it.
cannot do
You
that.
break
You've
suicidal games. there we go.
Yeah,
Well
that's
played.
a good-
Speaking of decliners.
I used to have
Yeah.
the Chaos Emeralds, but I
We
removed
gotta
Thank you.
attack.
Eventually, I plan on like having like outdoor attire
Alright,
made
let's-
for
let's move.
this
Let's press
avatar,
on.
basically,
Panda, have you-
Yes,
where I-
yes.
The goose.
Still getting used to piloting this avatar. I have too many controls. But the goose is good, yes.
You have a goose. Let me check something.
Why does it keep throwing me into stand mode? I don't get why it keeps throwing me into stand mode.
No idea. Oh, that's really fucking hot. Holy shit. Give me a second. I just have to plug something in.
Sure. Oh, there's a ceiling. Hello. Hello, magic ceiling.
Gio, what are you doing?
I am plugging in my headset. Anyway, go ask.
We are experiencing
What is your
technical
least favorite
difficulties.
flavor of ice cream?
Oh shit, that's a hard one.
Mint chocolate chip.
Well, like, fuck. What is my least favorite? I don't have enough ice cream flavors to know what my least favorite is.
Then out of the ones
Fuck it,
you've
regular
tried.
vanilla. Regular vanilla.
Very well.
It's not that it's bad. It's just the least favorite.
Well, one more question. Do you think the price of an item really determines its value?
Well, I mean, depends on the item.
In general.
In general, it depends on the quality.
I will take her answer in the farewell.
Alright. I don't even know how to answer that. Anyways, I did have to like plug in my headset because it's like a bit low to use my power extenders. The thing was fucking. Holy shit! That thing was like boiling. Might as well have been. See.
Drifts.
Hello. You don't get drift. Okay, fine. T-pose is menacingly.
But can
Doesn't
you
count if I'm not.
T-pose is
can you drift like this though?
T-pose is menacingly.
I don't think. Oh wait, you can't. No? Okay.
There are no secret
Okay,
hiding
then.
spots in the city. I promise.
Well, we're trying to find some schmeckles so we can buy Rendizo.
Want to buy Rendizo?
Yes, with schmeckles.
Oh, what the heck? There's a
That's
mesh
sweet.
here that I can see because I'm
no,
small.
That was the price that he said.
There's an invisible mesh if you come down to this level.
What? How? Okay. So first things first. What? Okay, my
Yeah,
backpack is in the way.
this thing.
Okay. Oh yeah, that. Okay, I see.
Oh, I
Yes.
see it.
I was like, wait, what the heck is
Okay.
that?
I see it too now. I see it too. It's inverted. The mesh
Yeah.
is inverted.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
well,
just
so-
small enough to see it.
he was stuck.
All right. Let's go onwards. Where did Cyber? There you are.
Wait,
All right.
just playtest the map. They didn't think.
It's pretty important you can escape, so you kind of need it.
Nice.
I've been waiting for 5 weeks to buy my 10-piece compassion. I want
Okay,
it.
now you're just showing off.
It's very penitent.
Hello?
Whatever.
Pertinent.
Hello? Do you have the key to McDonald's? Hello? Nobody's home.
People are very helpful.
I don't know if the key exists.
What is your least favorite?
Wait,
No,
what do
it
you-
does
I'm starting-
exist. We
I'm
need to
starting
find
to
it.
lose-
The key to
I'm starting to lose
McDonald's.
faith.
The key to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, there's the bell.
You know, I'm starting to lose faith in the Church of Anna. There's no key to McZelots.
No, we gotta believe. You know what? I think the Inquisitor definitely has the key, and he's like moving it up. He's hiding it from us. That's why.
Yeah.
He's hiding it in the place where the sun don't shine.
We need to get him to get the key to McZelots.
No, see, what you gotta do is you gotta get your fisting glove ready, and then you just gotta jam it up there.
Alright, I'm ready to go.
Hello?
Okay, first we have to stun the Inquisitor, so that like if we jam something up there, he won't do anything.
I turned down the 14. I didn't know if I thought if it was any different.
It has to be up here.
I didn't hear it, so I suppose that's a yes. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
But we're gonna get better because I'm gonna fist the Inquisitor.
Is there any way
Oh,
you can
he
give
likes
it
it.
10 more minutes?
Then it would be the good ending. Yeah.
I'm walking away.
It's a very interesting color palette, but you should probably get a longer skirt if you're going to be singing at that altitude.
Good. Everyone's here.
There's a lot of short people.
Friends and travelers, this quest has come to a close.
When I sit in my head,
NPCs, equalization, and Diarmid. Have you deliberated?
Not at
Oh,
this
no.
moment.
okay, I was just
incapable
gonna
of
take a
setting-
picture, but alright.
I'm incapable of setting
Oh,
at
you
this
are
moment.
right. Shit, you are. Fuck. I got like animations.
Where is the other one?
The other one.
Equalization. Are you speaking with Diarmid currently? I just got shushed by a hand. My friends, let's give them a few moments to figure out, to compare data and figure out who they think the princes were. In the meantime, I have a riddle for you. What is green?
Kermit the Frog?
Fields.
Grass.
Things are green.
Invisible.
Moss.
Please, mustn't overthinking it.
Not a creative
Kermit the
colour.
Frog.
You did this one last time, so I won't say it because
Your mom. Trees.
The only true answer.
but it's not a creative color.
Green what?
The color green, obviously. The color green
It's not a
is
creative
green.
color.
Green is not a creative colour.
It's not easy being green.
I can see that.
You blended with so many other ordinary things.
Where is Diarmid?
That needs to get
Blind.
The rat has been separated. We have been separated from the rat.
He found a
Oh,
conveniently
yes.
large cheese slice. We'll never see Diarmid again.
NPCs, Diarmid, equalization.
I miss him every day.
It seems you have returned to the group. Have you discussed? Very well. And who do you think were the princes tonight?
Dull Eye Mob and whoever their partner was.
Dull Eye Mob.
They're over here. They're hiding
Dull
in
Eye
the
Mob
corners.
and Yugure Yowane. Are you a pair? Very well. Well, will the princes please step in front of me? That's right. Captain Panda and Skull Z Ghost were tonight's princes. Did you suspect them, or were they master liars?
My questions did not produce lies.
Oh.
Interesting. Then, friends, this quest is over, and the princes were not discovered. And so, the story goes as follows. As he walks across Moravos, the prince tries to shrink back into his cloak. His brother strides ahead, swift and confident. How does he do it? Every Moravian looks at them, stares at them. Do they know? Do they know who they are? Suddenly, he bumps into his brother as he comes to an abrupt stop on a bridge. He looks past his brother. A city watchman is talking to an elderly couple across the bridge. The guard's back is to them. The brother backs up and guides them both another way. The prince glances across at the old couple. He can see the old woman looking at him, and she points the guard in the opposite direction. A short while later, the prince stops. What's that noise? A grinding, a deep rumbling. The storm returns. An image rushes up from the depths, rising to meet him. Amidst vague, towering structures, a blue bird flits, darting from corner to corner, desperate. Giving pursuit is a red feline, stalking calmly, yet appearing in places where it shouldn't be. The bird is frantic, its movements urgent and panicked. It tries to stay silent, yet every beat of its wings betrays its location. And everything begins to redden. My friends, travelers, you have a choice to make. The prince has 4 options. Descend, divulge, dwell, distract. You have 1 minute to discuss what he should do, and after this time expires, one of you will be called upon to give an answer. Your time starts now.
I say we stick with what we know and stick with detach.
Yep, detach all the way up until we have to defy. It's all detach.
If you have to pick
Detach. Just to make sure that we can to see what's going on. If Prince happens again after we get good ending, I kind of want to see what happens with something else.
I have not seen good ending. Good ending is the struggle.
Have you seen the bad ending yet,
The
Panda?
prince. Wait.
Yes, I've seen bad ending B. I've not seen bad ending A.
I don't think. I know we've seen C. Because that was the last one we did, I'm pretty sure. We got B.
Sorry,
I
C?
wonder if. I think we got C, yeah.
Was a bad
didn't we?
ending C?
I think it was.
Yeah, A, B, C.
Basically, he becomes a mindless tool. The prince.
That is,
No,
that is bad
bad ending
ending.
B. That's bad ending B.
No, I thought we also
But see,
got
no, no, no,
bad
no.
ending C.
Bad ending.
No,
You know what I'm wondering bad ending A is?
Travelers, I am going to ask 1A2942. Do you speak? Not getting any response.
Unfortunately,
Can you
he's
use the
mute.
chat box feature? That's right. Dafford WJ.
Yes.
Would you like, instead, to share your wisdom?
Alright. I think...
What does the
I
prince
think-
do?
I think we should stick with detach.
Detach is not one of the options I gave. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Are you positive?
Positive as the plus sign.
Would you stake your life on detach?
Sure.
Well, I tried. Very well. The prince takes a step back from himself. He observes his own fear, his own experience. He observes the vision from outside. With this clarity, he can see the truth. He remains among the strange structures fleeing from the fire-born beast. The red intensifies, and with it comes an unnatural warmth. It glows, it rises, it burns. But it doesn't need to. This exists within the prince's mind. And his mind, at least for now, is his own. He stops running. He turns back. The Fireborn is right there. The prince takes control and looks down into his own hands and realizes that he can defy the power of this enemy. He can defy. And in this vision, the prince remains. The brother carries him upon his back through the rest of the city. The prince is aware of being taken into the home of a veteran knight with a shimmering sword above the mantelpiece. He is aware of the brother attacking the friendly veteran before escaping into a hidden passage through the underworks of the city. My friends, please follow me.
Finally, getting blue.
I'm surprised that we got away scot-free with that first question.
Yes, as am I.
All right, so
At a door for
how
me.
about
Well,
No? Oh, no.
wait, so how about wait,
Yep, I'm wondering what's
the prince,
why people are struggling.
the prince, good ending,
Yes.
MC, Mexalites.
Nook zealots, of course.
It's good ending MC.
Yeah. Yeah, good ending MC.
Or
It's like an era in this
OMZ.
bitch, right? We just have...
No.
No.
Fuck your parkour!
No.
Damn it! Wait, no,
The last one over is a stinky zealot, friends. You do not want to be lost. Go through the door, click it, and wait for me on the other side. Through the door, travelers.
Rage. No.
I have 2.0 base station for my birthday, so at least there's that. If they're still in stock.
I would love to upgrade to the
Did you
fucking.
get the around the time the 2.0s were out? Or you just had to go a bit cheaper?
I have 1.0 base stations and they're not that great.
The darkness.
I know, but
I would
when
love
did you
to
get them?
upgrade to my
'Cause I know you have a
1.0s?
plus
I got them. I got them a while
Yeah.
ago.
That's so expensive.
Oh, you bought them early, knowing that you wanted to get
Right.
something in the future, so you pre-planned it for what?
Yes.
Oh,
Excuse me,
what
that's
the-
about,
But excuse me,
Right where my
Where did
buttons
this
are.
come from? Who did
Me.
this?
Even here.
you did invisible buttons in the world? Oh, that's fine.
Oh, yes. I have controls everywhere.
I have been replaced.
Yeah, I know he has invisible buttons.
Panda, remember?
I have actually been replaced!
No.
I've actually been replaced!
Panda, remember when I said I'd get a better
I can do this.
Panda? Well, I know how to do Panda, but I have a new friend, and they're better than you, so...
Well,
folks, looks like we'll be having duck farmers soon.
Oh,
but I guess
No.
udon programming.
I mean, can't really understand English too well either, so.
But I want soup. I don't want marshmallows.
Oh well.
I thought I grabbed them proper.
I remember
can't fully pick it up,
NPCs would be too close to the entrance of
yeah.
the forest.
There's maybe just right question mark, W
The
question
next
mark.
part,
What?
maybe she's
Did I get it? You got it.
Cute pain.
You need, in order to, you have to have it touch your head.
Is she just whispering lore to
So scoop back. Like the actual marshmallow.
He said maybe she's
Like,
born
so
with
scoop back a little.
L'Oreal.
Oh, there you go. You ate it, you ate it.
Horrible.
Yay!
Maybe.
Okay, you just turned this one into a torch.
Travelers, your attention, please. The story must continue.
Wait, I thought there was a break.
Their break is moved to later in the tour because of the choices you have made.
The choice is
Alright.
different.
Oh.
Chapter 3. It's after sundown by the time the brothers emerge. The underworks tunnel led them to an old mill, and from there they followed trails until coming upon the eastern road. Moravos looms in the distance, gently glowing in the moonlight as the prince slumps to the ground. His legs and feet ache, his stomach growls, he's tired and he's sore and he's short on breath. His brother is just looking through a bag that he's carrying. How does he do it? How does he keep going? Can't we go back? The prince bites his lip. He didn't mean to say that aloud. Go back? The brother lifts his head. Go back? Go back and what? Face the Fireborn? He'll kill you, and then he'll lock me away, or he'll kill me as well. He'll tell everyone that the Oracle chose him, and nobody could disagree. The Varna Church would change forever. Mother will be powerless to stop him, and then Dacia will invade, and the people will have to live under the rule of one of two monsters. No, we're not going back. Not until I find a way to stop the Inquisitor, and while I search, I'm going to stop the Dacians. We will go to Felden, and we'll warn them of the Dacians. We'll help defend the town. I'll kill every Dacian if I have to. We can still make a difference. I won't have another Lakefort, do you hear me? We still stop it! Please, stop. You're scaring me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, It's just you and me. There's nobody else who can save us. It's just us. Listen, I'm scaring you. I see that. I don't like to see you so afraid. But what I'm doing must be done. Do you remember when we were little and we found that nest in the old tower? And we spotted the mother, a bluewing, coming back to feed her chicks that evening. We even named them too. Dusty, Scylla, and Pickle. Pickle. Little Pickle. And then the cat found the nest. The mother bird fought so fiercely, but you asked me why it happened. Do you remember what I said to you? Varna is kind. Life is cruel. That's right. Right now, 2 little birds have to leave the nest. The cat is after them. If the birds aren't in the nest, the mother can fly to safety and the cat can't reach her. But the cat is sly. It's going to try to trick other animals into helping it, so the little birds might have to do some things that seem bad, just so they don't get eaten. They have to, well, learn to fly, or find another cat who'll help them. The prince nods slowly. He can see, he can feel how hard it is for his brother. He doesn't want to do the things he's doing. He has to. They must survive. He wants to reach out for his brother and hug him, but he cannot bring himself to move. We can go through the Duke's world, the brother says as he stands. It will be dangerous, but it's the fastest way to Felden. Do you still have my... The brother stops. He looks down. The prince is hugging him tightly. Hey, it's alright. It's alright. Look, when this is all over, we'll sail to Laodicea. We'll go to the Sacred Lands. We'll go together. Just you and me. Would you like that? The prince wipes his face. Laodicea? Really? Do you swear? The brother smiles and the world gets a little bit brighter. I swear. My friends, the brothers have a perilous task ahead. They must cross the Duke's world in the dark of night, and they're going to need your help. Please, follow me this way.
I will see. Camping will have to come later,
So I'm in the
big
mood
guy.
for goose.
Why is the goose sitting in the pot
Camping
anyway?
later.
Come on.
Cooked goose.
Come on, Goose. Look, I'll eat.
Don't worry, you're not gonna be the only one eating the goose.
Bro, team.
No, like cooked goose. It's good.
Nobody will be eating the goose.
NPCs. Downward. Equalization. Please change into your Duke's World avatars now.
Holy crap.
Oh, hello.
Wow.
And what is
What am I
that?
looking at? Ah, how horrific.
Oh.
Very well.
Sorry.
Whoa.
What is it?
Rude.
Big.
What the frick?
NPCs,
Oh.
get ready to move on and prepare. Everyone else, please remain here.
The fuck? That's from Elden Ring?
Alright, get ready.
Maybe.
You're gonna need to be ready for
I like it.
Uh-oh.
Is that from the hit game The
Very well.
Elder?
Travelers, while they prepare, allow me to explain the rules of your next quest. The Duke's World at night is not a safe haven, but it does bear resources that they may need on their journey. The rules for your quest are as follows. You must navigate your way through the Duke's World, which, according to legend, is haunted. You must collect as many resources as you can. Each traveler has 5 bundles of wood and 5 clusters of berries to find. You must avoid the Duke's World Phantom. Its terror will render you immobile for several seconds, costing you valuable time. The Phantom may teleport to any Phantom fire at any point in time, so stay alert. You are being observed. Please avoid using avatars that are really tiny, really large, or invisible. Once you have completed your mission, you can either make your way to the end where I will be waiting for you, or stay behind to act as a distraction for the Phantom. Please do not use teleportation shortcuts while inside this quest. After your 5-minute timer expires, all remaining resources will disappear and you will be escorted to the end. Allow me a moment to confirm that the NPCs are ready.
And it wasn't fucking safe on your backpack.
Ready to go.
That's my backpack.
I think that's his backpack is the safe.
Okay, look, okay.
Because
look,
it's safe.
Because you all can't be trusted.
There.
I am very trustworthy, I'll have you know.
They'll be
It's like a pocket.
Why don't I feel
dimension
safe
or
around you?
something.
So look right
No,
now.
no, pocket dimensions are
You
for
shouldn't.
wimps.
To carry
So there you go.
And be careful.
You're
So
right.
it's like
Conjuration's
conjurations
better.
are very-
If you don't know
Your
It must be very
time
dense.
Okay.
begins now.
Go, go, go!
Oh,
Alright.
Oh, wait,
That chaos reign.
Hey, crap!
Oh, got ghosted.
Oh, did we already get
Oh,
got?
spawn.
It feels like we already got got.
Oh, I got
We al-
Okay.
We already got Gaston.
Okay.
Berries, right?
Berry. And logs.
wood over here. There's wood over here.
Oh my god, no!
Berries and logs. Ground for logs. Log. Berries.
Wood, wood.
Where'd the road be? Where'd the road? Hi. Got next one.
Okay, alright, I guess that didn't work.
Barry.
Okay, berries.
Found a lot of berries, but no wood.
Berries. Berries here. Berries.
Berries. Is all the stuff in the middle? All the stuff is in the middle, isn't it?
I mean, I've been skimming the edges and I've got logs. So I've got 5 items at the moment.
I must have missed some stuff.
Yeah, I've got 5 items just from skimming the outside. Berries.
Yeah, I've been coming.
Fuck.
I didn't. No.
I found wood right here.
Oh,
I wood right here. Wood. Berries. I got all berries. Wood. Now I just need to look for wood. Where the wood would be. Where the wood. Don't go over there. Don't go over there.
There we go. Can now go harass the Phantom. Hello, Phantom.
I need.
Around.
I have 4 wood. I have 3 wood, 4 berries. I need more.
There's one wood right back this way, but unfortunately, it's an even distribution, so I wouldn't know what you're missing.
Yeah, I might have already grabbed this one.
I've only found 2 logs.
Hello.
Hello.
Where is my
What?
Oh, what the fuck?
What in the hell?
Uh-oh.
What just happened?
What happened?
I believe we just got Shadowrun.
What just happened?
I believe we just got Shadowrun.
I'm gonna go put a
Has that been unloaded for anyone else?
Yes, it has happened.
I see a
everybody else.
giant skybox there.
What?
I haven't just gotten it broken. Where's the teleport button?
The teleport button is above us.
What is happening?
We just all fell through the ground.
We are.
It's above here.
It's
I don't
up
know why
here.
we've all fallen through the ground, and because I can't be ours, I have a flying avatar.
The teleport button is over here.
Hop on
Hey,
mine,
why
I
don't
can
you-
bring people up one by one.
Oh, there is a way, fortunately.
Hey, the teleport button is over this way.
We're probably gonna have to make a new instance.
It's going up.
It's right here.
I don't know how many tour guides.
Oh, hold up.
This is the most irritating part.
For
Yeah, I'll fly over there.
yeah, if
Everybody
I
get your
can
fire
carry.
starters.
Next
I
one
can,
up.
can carry 3 people up at a time.
I've got my own. Some parts for me, Protag.
I can only get one at a time.
So the wall
Okay.
broke.
Okay,
Okay, map broke a little.
I think that was my fault. Maybe. I don't know.
What did
I
you
didn't
do?
do
What did you do?
And what did you
Didn't find
I was
anything?
standing still. I didn't find anything special. I got four berries and four.
Oh, you got 4 berries.
I got 5 berries.
I got 5 berries, 4
5
wolves.
too.
You guys kicked my ass. The amount of stuff you get impacts the story.
This was all diegetic. That was the effect of.
Damn it,
Oh.
The numbers, what do they
Diegetic.
mean?
It was the effect of. The effect of what?
Have some evil influences.
We didn't do it. We didn't make it last time.
There's some evil influences. The damn YouTubers.
We don't have time for this.
Oh, interesting. I got 5 berries and 3 wood.
the 30% discount and
20%.
I couldn't find anything more after that.
That's it.
Anything? I don't remember my role as a PC. Will only be for TFT.
Oh,
Post.
Greener on the other side.
Who that was. Go ahead.
Consume the rations you have.
Yes.
You don't have to do that. You can just walk. You can walk across this log. You do know that, right?
Oh.
Yes, I know.
Camp again.
I know that.
Boop.
I knew
Yeah?
that all along.
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
I'm
Just a
rebel.
glitch. We've confirmed that everything's alright. Stay here.
Sheen, can you T-pose?
Probably triggered something else.
Yours
I'm
is
always
superior.
T-posing in
So.
spirit, Gio.
Oh, there we go. Actually, never mind.
He's
Wait.
T-posing without T-posing. That's true dominance.
I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware that he could just hang out here.
Good old classic Apos.
That was not him, though.
Which
I don't think
one
it
was it? Was it Trojan?
That was so chaotic.
Are you talking about in the maze?
Even the maze itself was so
No, Trojan. I meant Trojan.
Did you just fucking?
That's weird.
He just called you Trojan.
My friends, travelers, I ask for your attention, please. There may have been some small bugs as you saw. Don't worry. Everything is fine, and the story will continue as normal.
Interesting.
The brothers come to a clearing. A steep river cuts through the middle of it. Nearby, moss-covered bricks sit, indifferent as the forest slowly consumes them. The boys drink and refill their flasks and wash their faces. The prince catches a glimpse of himself in the glittering water. He barely recognizes this face. He looks unkempt, disheveled, common. He pulls his cloak in tight and sits back. We can rest here tonight, the brother says, gathering some sticks together. The prince watches as his brother soon has a small fire burning. He lies down beside it as the brother sits against an old piece of masonry. The prince stares at the fire. The flames stare back. His face is warm, but his back is cold. How does he do it? How does he keep going like this? I just want to hide. He's good at everything. I'm not good at anything. The past few days catch up to him all at once. And within minutes, he slips into a deep sleep.
whoa, what's this? Oh, whoa, what's this? Oh, whoa.
An image rushes up from the depths, rising to meet him. Across a twilit meadow, a pack of black wolves bound, long grass whipping by. They're on the hunt, following a scent on the cool wind. But the hunters are also hunted. Something else stirs the grass, and though it evades the eyes, its presence can be felt. A sense of something imminently wrong. A feeling that things are not how they should be. A shadow is in pursuit. My friends, we have a choice to make. The prince has 4 options: descend, launch, dwell, distract. As always, you have 1 minute to discuss, and after this time expires, one of you will be called upon to give an answer. Your time starts now.
I have a theory.
I genuinely wonder, like, what Panda was saying earlier about drifting, and if that would work.
So, this vision wasn't always here, correct?
I don't know,
I mean,
but that's why I heard earlier, that's just why I went option.
Dream, drift. Well, I don't know if drifting is possible because we're already dreaming.
Alright.
But like, drifting might be possible.
There's bad ending.
I say that for now. Let's stick with detach.
Detached is a secret ending or something.
How would drift be any different than
So,
detached?
you know how apparently the prince visions things and then they come true?
And also,
I don't know.
What'd you say?
So, hear me out.
I mean, if we detach, well, if we just detach, then we're
What's
just going
not
to
being
do the same
detached
as always.
isn't getting ending.
Yeah.
If we drift, who knows what happens if we drift? If we drift away
Entire
in
story
our sleep.
changes.
Yes, it could change, and if anything,
I don't know you if you can
that is
detach
once again
words.
assuming that you can just say stuff, which, I mean...
That is
yes,
true.
but we've never tried it.
Ah, yes.
We've only
My
been
favorite
taught that.
option, to wake up. Travelers, you
Wake
are
up.
time.
We haven't gotten contact with Prince yet.
Yeah.
I am going to call upon menacing 0. Do you speak? What is the best idea you have heard?
That will be detach, I suppose.
Detach. You suppose you don't sound very certain. Are you sure?
Better this option than the other ones. So, it is, I am sure.
Very well. The prince takes a step back from himself. He observes his own fear, his own experience. He observes the vision from outside. With this clarity, he can see the truth. The shadow closes in on the Dacians. They don't seem aware of it at all. It draws closer and closer, ever silent, ever dark, until it reaches the soldiers and it becomes one of them. The shadow has joined them, and they are oblivious. The shadow draws its sword, and instinctually the prince grabs the grip of his own sword, readying himself. But the shadow does not strike the the Dacians. It does not strike. They continue their march with the intruder among them, and before long they are over the next hill, leaving the prince alone.
So,
Wake up.
never mind.
Wake up. The prince is shaken. The sky is a soft blue-grey, and the brother is crouched over him, looking at something else. There are voices nearby. The prince rubs his eyes and turns to look. Across the river are soldiers in black, carrying spears and swords with foreign emblems upon their shields. They're pushing a cart through the clearing. Dacians, the brother whispers. The veterans said they might be here. Either they're preparing to besiege Felden or they've already taken it. Maybe I can find their camp, find their general, and... He looks down at the prince, his expression softening. Come on, let's get a closer look. We need to know what they're up to. They gather their things, scoop dirt over the charcoal, and carefully make their way across the river to the other side of the clearing. My friends, the Dacians are dangerously close. This way.
Alright, as I was saying, so I think I've noticed, I obviously it's always been said, but I've noticed a pattern now of why we have to do that chair. So it specifically indicates in the dream that the prince grabs the sword, right? And he clutches it.
Yes.
So obviously the things in the dream have always impacted it, but I feel like we should like hyper-analyze the wording in like the other ones and see which ones we actually need to detach on, because this one needs to, because we hold the sword and that means we.
So yeah, so I'm all for
I can also help you.
I am all for trying new options.
Just sit on the...
Wait, how about this?
Let me borrow it. I can pass through the walls and everything.
There we go.
Oh,
wait,
never mind.
let's go.
Why are people struggling? Man.
So
problems with the wall.
So I am all for trying like different creative
struggling.
options. There are a bunch of options that we know exist that we haven't tried yet.
Sorry, who's the
Detached too much. Reality is unraveling.
It's a thought.
Like there are a lot of options that we know exist that we haven't tried yet before we start like inventing new ones, you know?
I didn't know they had Buddhism in this world.
This is a bad joke.
I was muted. I'll have to say that again.
The brothers hide in the undergrowth. The outer walls of Felden loom over the trees, scarred by past battles, defaced by nature. There's a large gathering of Dacian soldiers just outside the small gate, bringing supplies inside. So, Felden has already been taken by Dacia. Maybe they were already here and didn't need any distractions. There are too many of them, the brother whispers. but maybe. The brother creeps forward a couple of steps, lifting himself a little while. The prince's heart jumps. Is he going to run in and fight them? How can they not see him? When the gate is clear, run inside and hide in the town. I'll find you. What? I'm gonna draw them away. Are you ready? I think so. The brother turns back to the Dacians. There are at least 7 of them left after the rest went inside. The brother scoops up a fist-sized rock into one hand and waits. And waits. And without warning, the brother jumps to his feet and he breaks into a sprint. He ditches the rock at a soldier and it strikes him square in the helmet. There's a cry, yelling, and they call him names the prince has never heard before. The brother runs to the left, diving back between trees, moving parallel to Felden's outer wall. 5 soldiers give chase, and 2 remain, hesitant to follow. They both draw their swords, staring in the direction everybody went. Wait, his brother's sword. He might need it, but it's too late. He unsheathes it just in case. Even in the dull light of dawn, its golden gilding glints. Who's there? The prince looks up. The 2 soldiers are headed his way. He must have made some noise. He freezes and holds his breath. His blood begins to drain from the top of his body. His legs go numb. No, lose interest. Turn around. Go away. Leave me alone. Please, leave me alone. Hey, there's someone in the trees. No, the prince scrambles into a sprint away from them. The Dacians yell after him as he thuds through the underbrush. Go away, stop following me, go away. Around a tree, under a log, over a rock, through tall grass, they're getting closer. He can hear their boots pounding the ground, the swords slashing through low-hanging branches. He can hear their heavy breaths. He can feel it on the back of his neck. No, leave me alone. He keeps running, and he slips on muddy ground. And then the ground vanishes, the forest rises up, careening overhead as he topples into ice-cold waters. My friends, please follow me.
Come on, Codex.
Oh.
My friends, at this point in the story, there is a break designated for your convenience. Have a snack, rehydrate, and use the restrooms if you need to. Please, be back here for the story to continue in 4 minutes.
Time to grab some crackers.
I'm gonna get some.
This is incredible.
great hypercube, where is the door to darkness?
Also, Highline's online now, so I sent 2 messages to Highline in case they want to join. But I mean, it's on the last chapter or so now, so but oh well. Alright then, I really want some ice cold water right now for some reason, so I'm going to go and get that. Yeah, I'll be back shortly. Heyo, heyo.
Alright.
I'll give my final score on Codex and end the story.
Trajan.
Alright, that's understandable, Codex. I'm just saying stuff.
Yes.
Hope I like enjoying
To eat it, bring the marshmallow to your head.
As I remember what you said about keeping to the theme and narrative, I totally intend to do that, which is why I
Doesn't taste
am
like goose,
asking
though.
this question. For although it's not related to the theme of the story, it is per tradition as to not anger the gods of the ocean that I must perform a ritual towards a fire during every tour at least once. I would ask for your permission to do this.
A ritual for the Fireborn? An interesting show of allegiance, Brotag. For the Oceanborn.
The ocean gods. Yes, we have been doing
We're
it for a long
extinguishing
time.
fire for the ocean.
We've been doing it since the pilot. It's a very old and sacred tradition. May I be allowed
Old
to
and
do so?
sacred. Yes, that's what they call me. We only have 2 minutes left, but sure.
Why is it not? Uh-oh.
Okay, y'all.
Uh-oh, doesn't sound good.
Is there any soup anywhere?
Marshmallows, but no soup.
We can find the goose again and I'll be able to get some soup.
Where's the goose?
I got the
What it is to keep a tradition. I gotta find it quick.
Hello.
The break time is about to be up.
Better do it quick, brother.
I call this one the Campfire Song. Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along. CAMPFIRESONG song. CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along. CAMPFIRESONG song. Cedric!
Song! CAMPFIRESONG!
Clifford! Good! It'll help! It'll help if you just sing along!
Really? That's crazy.
Is over. Travelers, I ask for your attention. We must continue the story.
Oh, I miss.
Please gather somewhere where you can clearly hear me, and we will continue.
Oh, I missed nothing. Okay, I'm right.
Chapter 4. The prince comes to. Something is pulling on his leg. He opens his eyes to see a mangy dog trying to drag him by the ankle. He panics and kicks at it, and, not expecting retaliation, it darts away with a yelp. The prince takes in his surroundings. He's inside a town, right by the water's edge, utterly soaked. He shivers and sits up. Everything hurts. He looks up at the town structures and the sword. It's still here, firmly in its sheath. He makes sure it's out of sight and gets to his feet, heading into the town of Felden. My friends, please follow me.
Nice. 8942 どこにいる
Anyways, welcome to what I do every Saturday. Welcome to what I do every other Saturday.
8942
When I'm not a VRP session.
Ooh, VRP session. Hey,
I'll explain.
Yeah, bye.
How much damage
Do
did it
we
take
have
there?
a sword?
No idea.
Half your bar?
Yes, we have a sword and a shield.
A shield?
We were talking about the prince, not the brother.
Oh,
No, I meant, does the prince have his sword? Does the brother's sword still?
in general, yes.
The prince hears a commotion ahead. There's a line of people with wooden bowls outside a door. He can see Dacians inside the building, giving out food, the same amount to each person. Next in line is an old lady who can barely place one foot before the other.
Please, kind sirs, if I may, I would like a little more than usual. My dear canine friend, his name is Riot, you see. He's going hungry. He's all skin and bones. Please, sirs.
Oh, that's not fair, says a townsman right behind her. Why does she get more? Peace, peace, orders the soldier. He regards the elderly woman carefully. Fine, have extra, but just this once.
Oh, bless you, Vanna, bless you.
And here, the soldier adds, bring a wooden stick. Seems like you're having trouble walking. The elderly woman is overcome. The prince turns away, wanting to distance himself from the scene. These are just normal people, he says to himself quietly. They didn't do anything wrong. As he hurries away, he bumps into a group of strangers. He mutters an apology and tries to move around them, but they block his exit. He peers up at them carefully. Those faces. Well, look who we have here. Zealots. The prince feels panic bubble up inside him. He wants to shout for help, but there are so many people about. Dacians might help the zealots. A fight may break out. Innocent people will get hurt. No, there's too much risk. Come now, lad. No more running. My friends, the prince has no choice. This way.
Seriously, do we have? Does the prince still have the brother's sword or not?
Yes.
Okay, he does.
Interesting. When did 8294 go?
It's like what?
Can I see?
It's a thing that can change. I feel like it might be.
Sometimes we keep it.
Oh, whoa, what's this?
Whoops.
Ghost,
But
you're
your limb.
undead.
But your limbs, they look robotic. Your legs, at least.
Well, yeah, maybe.
The
Other than that,
kneecaps. Never mind. Forget it.
Oh, whoa,
Oh,
what's
they don't
this?
have their shaders shown.
Oh, well.
Perfect.
The zealots lead the prince down some old rock-hewn steps and through another door, and the passage opens up to a large and dark room. Carved niches hold sickly candles. Many figures in red stand near the corners, watching, silent. Fireborn, says one of the zealots, we have the prince. A shadow that the prince didn't see until just now slowly turns. It is a titan of a man with a broad chest and square shoulders draped in dark crimson robes. His face is like a statue, chiseled, weathered, bearing a fearsome grin. The young prince. How I have searched for you. Tell me, where is your brother? Where is the heir? Leave him alone, Fireborn. Within the shadow spotted by the west gate was the heir, but he hasn't been seen since. Yeah, it matters not. It is you I want, Oceanborn. Yes, your brother told you, did he not? I assume he saw the whole thing. Else, why would he flee with you the way he did? The Inquisitor approaches, the shadow of his shadow creeping closer. Listen to me very carefully. If your brother told you I want you dead, he was lying to you. What use would you be to me then? Indeed, I am the one chosen by God. I am the Fireborn, wielder of the infernal miracles, and you and I share a goal. I have no desire to take the lives of any of your family members, unless they leave me no choice. No. The death I seek is that of Dacia. And you do too, do you not? What would your brother say were he here? He fought against Dacia. They have tried to invade us for decades now. Why, evil Dacian spirits destroyed Lakefort and started the whole war, didn't they? Didn't they? You see it, don't you? You didn't just have a vision. No, you summoned a great power. You made the earth open its maw. You destroyed Lakefort. The war started because of you. Don't you see? You and I are so alike. We both wield miracles. The only difference, my prince, is that you have no idea how to harness it. That is no fault of yours. That is where I come in. As one chosen by God, it has been revealed to me through divine wisdom that you are my enemy. But it doesn't have to be this way. I know how to help you. The Church of Varna has a place for you. Lazarus has a place for you. I have a gift. A crown. Your crown. Not that of a king, but of a mighty wielder of miracles. Accept this gift, sire. Release your potential. Place it upon your head. Feel the crown beckoning. The prince stares at the circlet offered to him. The two parallel bands have a dull shine, but it is otherwise featureless. Lakeford, his brother, Dacia. The prince watches as the circlet glows with a lure. The war with Dacia is his fault. The Inquisitor is right. He must be right. Do I want to wear the crown? Do I want to wear the crown? Do I want to wear the crown? Yes. Yes, I do. The prince accepts what is offered to him. The moment he makes contact, heat passes through him, rippling, coursing, leaving numbness in its wake. He raises it up and places it upon his head. The Inquisitor smiles, and everything is changed forever. He sees the storm again, but this vision isn't like the others. The waves churn, the wind cuts, the thunder rolls, the storm is real. It is here. It is hellfire. Flames roar outward, filling the underground space in an instant. All is red, then white, then blinding, searing. The prince screams and the fire roars back. And then... darkness returns, and in the darkness embers glow. Cooked stone, scorched corpses, everything choked with soot and ash. The prince gets up and looks for the Inquisitor. Is he dead? Did the firestorm take his life? No. Rising up with him is a great shadow. Though the zealots have been reduced to mere embers, another stands, towering, indomitable, fireborn. And the Inquisitor speaks, and cinders fall from his mouth. My prince, come, we have much work to do.
The Prince and the Inquisitor stand on an old bridge atop a hill. In the valley below lies Felden, painted orange and blue in the light of the setting sun. The sky is clear. All is quiet. Do you know why I brought you here? The prince does not know. He's losing track of his own thoughts. He's losing track of reason, of time. He thinks the other zealots are dead, but he isn't sure. There was fire, lots of fire, and his mind aches. Something blocks his attempts. Something else is in there, in his mind. The Dustborn was right. You are the chosen one, granted influence upon this world like no other, chosen by an enemy of the Church, an enemy of God, the very God who chose me and bestowed upon me the miracle of fire. We are both chosen. We are not so different. A task has been revealed to me. Felden has become infested with Dacians. But even before then, Felden deserved this judgment. The Inquisitor looks down at his own hands. He looks at them for a long while, his expression wavering somewhere between sadness and spite. Then he lifts his gaze up toward the heavens. The prince looks up with him at the vast, deep, empty sky. Valswith, Halburn, Oradea, Medias, Felden, may the heavens come down upon them, and may they be reduced to ashes. An image rushes up from the depths, rising to meet him. From up high, a massive expanse of land stretches out before him. Rivers are ribbons of silver. Mountains are mounds of soil and stones. Towns and cities are smudges of beige and grey, and the sea is but a distant shimmer. Entire realms can fit within his grasp. And he reaches out and begins to close his hand around the kingdom. A face appears before a flickering candle. Eyes closed, peaceful, beautiful, delicate, porcelain white. He watches her sleep. He watches her. My friends, you have a choice to make. The prince has the following options: destroy, 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 destroy. You have 1 minute to discuss. Your time starts now.
Defy.
All of the above.
Defy.
For people who don't know, there is a hidden option. There's a hidden option that is defy.
How do you know where I live?
Yeah, I
You
think
choose to defy.
figured out the hidden
Yes.
option.
Oh, you mean the bluish mountains that shun down the river next to your home?
Defy and defy.
Defy those who try to force
Defy.
you into submission.
Supposedly, the try option it leads us to the neutral ending. But for Defy, it continues the story.
Alright, interesting.
No,
You
I've
don't
not
have to go, I'm
missed it. It's
just messing
drop
with
in,
you.
drop out, but it's just like.
You're so far into this.
Defy.
No,
Defy.
this is all stuff
What
that
about
I've
you?
seen
Defy?
before. It's the next stuff that I'm interested in.
What,
sorry?
Yeah.
You haven't actually seen it yet, have you?
Well, I have
yeah, it's
seen
amazing.
some bits,
I
but
think it's great.
it's more so.
Absolutely
I don't know. I kind of want to
like
see
2,000
how
hours of
this
VR chat, I haven't
how
really
the
experienced
final
this
fight
before,
goes.
I don't think.
Right.
Damn.
It's a pretty nice
Yeah.
Huh?
Defy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Hello?
Yeah,
Okay.
like, damn. It should be
Also,
good.
also kind of want to do what see the after party, but
Yeah.
I suppose I should.
Oh,
I
yeah,
suppose
the
I
after
should
party.
get going. Fine.
That's the
It's
thing.
up to you.
It's
Okay.
Travelers, the time for discussion has ended. Gio Noir, did you put your name in the goblet of... I mean, what is your choice?
Oh, it's easy. Defy.
Defy.
Defy? Defy is not one of the options I gave. Are you sure?
And yet I choose it anyway.
And
Yes, I'm
yet
sure.
the travelers defy. Very well.
I love dramatics.
Chapter 5. No. The prince shakes his head. No. He doesn't want to. The crown pushes, but he resists. He can't. He destroyed Lakefort. It was his vision. His will. He started the war, not Dacia. But if he destroyed Lakefort just by envisioning its destruction, then that means answer its call. I won't. The prince can feel his brother's sword at his side. He can't forget who he is. He won't forget. I'm sorry. What did you say? I won't answer its call. You won't? What? You refuse? Foolish boy. Don't you realize that you are a weapon? Weapons can't choose who dies and who lives. No, that is the responsibility of the wielder. The prince turns fully to face the Inquisitor.
I wield my own power. And he closes his eyes. And he wishes. He wishes for the Inquisitor to not be here. He wishes to send him far, far away. He tries to visualize the giant man somewhere else. With all his heart, he wishes. Something shines upon his eyelids, a brilliant light, before fading. Slowly, he opens his eyes. The prince stands upon the hill, alone. He tries to remove the crown, but for some reason he cannot bring himself to touch it. And then, all at once, in the safety of isolation, he remembers everything that has happened, and he drops to his knees. It was me. I destroyed Lakeford. I opened the earth. My vision. And that means the storm that killed my father was... He looks up. A figure stands nearby. A man in black armor, the visor lowered on his dented helmet. A Dacian soldier. The two stare at one another, silent, wordless. Then others come up the hill, more Dacian soldiers, pointing spears and swords at the prince. One with a crest steps forth. You there, boy. Identify yourself and explain that light. The prince looks to the helmeted Dacian who arrived first and then back to their leader. This is his chance. This is how he can fix everything. He slowly stands and pulls aside his cloak, revealing his brother's regal blade. I am the Prince of Elazareth. My friends, please follow me.
This is where it gets fun. Nah, I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna be jumping, so have fun without.
Have you seen this boy with the sword?
Damn. This is getting interesting. Secret Chapter 5, is it? Nice.
Yeah, we're in unexplored territory. This is very interesting.
Oni, were you here when we did it? Yeah, you were at least once.
Yes. Oh yeah, I've been here before.
Yeah, you were here for one.
Personally, I think we should jump first.
The general stops just outside the door to a manor in Felden. The prince remains surrounded by Dacian soldiers, the helmeted Dacian right behind him. I want the forest patrolled all night, the general says to one of his men. Bring me the accounts of the scouts who went west. Ready the siege engineers. Send word to the commanders to march at dawn, and someone find those cursed zealots. They're gone. The general stops, and the soldiers stop with him. He glances back over his shoulder at the prince. What did you say? The zealots are gone. I was with them beneath Felden. The Inquisitor burned them all, and then I made him disappear with that light you saw. The soldiers look at one another,
muttering and murmuring. The general watches, glancing at his subordinates. I can show you where it happened. Doing, the prince thinks to himself, you aren't your brother, nobody will listen to you. And these are Dacians. They've been invading Elizabeth for 5 years. But another voice inside him speaks up. No. They didn't start the war, and neither did Elizabeth. I started the war, and I can end it. Let me go back to Moravos. I'll speak with my mother. Without the Inquisitor there, we're safe. We don't have to fight. I'll explain what happened, and she'll make you a peace offer. I know she will. He can feel tension all through his body, but the fear does not possess him. I know I'm young. I know I don't look like much. But I can end this war. I can. What do you know that I don't? The general approaches the prince. The zealots started the war. It was a trick. What happened at Lakeford? That's their fault. My mother never wanted war. My father never wanted war. We don't have to fight anymore because the zealots are gone. Show me where the zealots were. My friends, please follow me. The prince's home stands tall and majestic, unscarred despite years of war. The garrison had allowed them into Moravos on hearing Dacia was here to sue for peace. Despite this, the prince feels a great discomfort. At the entrance stands a small host of knights, and in their middle is the silver Aegis, armed and armored. The general approaches with the prince, and the Aegis moves to meet them in the middle. A silence hangs. Your mother will be glad to have you safe by her side again, sire, she says to the prince. And I am glad to see you alive and well. She turns her attention to the Dacian general. I'm told you are here to talk peace with the Queen. As it stands, myself and my Aegises are all that remains between you and Her Majesty the Queen. Tell me, Dacian, why should I let you go any further? The general pulls off his helmet and holds it under one arm. I have seen the zealots myself, dead and burned, and I am told they were responsible for Lakewood, acting against your queen's will, taking advantage of the absence of your king. He pauses and nods. Dacia is willing to move past this conflict, and as a token of trust, we return to you your prince. What of the oldest? The heir?
The Aegis scans the host of Dacians, her helmet still on. All our efforts to find him were in vain. He has eluded us completely. The Aegis looks back and forth across the Dacians twice more. She looks like a steel fortress, foreboding and immovable, shining both silver from the moon, orange from the braziers. That is regrettable. Well, Her Majesty remains skeptical. You will understand that she has requested to see her son return to her before any further talks. General nods again. I do understand. And you will understand that I request to send at least one of my own in with the prince, to at least confirm circumstances firsthand. The Aegis gives a shrug. Fine. You, she points at one of them, come with us. The Silver Aegis, the prince, and the helmeted Dacian enter the palace together. My friends, please follow me. The throne room is tall, empty, and cold. Any comfort offered by the moon withheld by stained glass. Upon the throne sits the queen. She makes no movement upon seeing her own son. The Silver Aegis approaches the queen and takes a knee. Your Majesty, the Aegis gestures behind herself. The Dacians have proven useful. The royal family is reunited. The prince blinks. Reunited? What of his brother? The queen says nothing. The prince looks at her from across the room, at her empty eyes, at her regal crown, and sudden pressure builds in his mind. He feels the crown respond. It's too much. He drops to all fours with a cry. Steel sings as the helmeted Dacian draws his sword. The Aegis stands, slowly, calmly, still facing the throne, and draws her own sword, very intentionally, the blade and hilt glimmering. But that's not her sword. She pulls off her own gauntlet and draws the blade across her exposed palm, unflinching. The crimson trail begins to glow, and it catches fire. The flames erupt with a roar, and the Aegis is engulfed. And when the inferno dies, the Inquisitor stands in her place, He turns to the prince, his robes whirling, his eyes gleaming, the moonlight blood red. Without warning, the helmeted Dacian runs at the Inquisitor, leaping at him for a strike. With barely any effort and a flash of flame, the Inquisitor knocks him aside. Metal clangs as the Dacian's dented helmet bounces away. And the prince's heart drops as he realizes who this Dacian truly is. I owe you my utmost gratitude, young sire, the Inquisitor says to the prince. You brought the Dacian general directly to me, and I suppose I must also thank your brother for providing me with such a convenient opportunity. Why, nobody but he and I knew the Silver Aegis's true fate. Oh, she made the perfect disguise. The prince, still unable to stand, still feeling a weight in his mind, stares in disbelief. My own brother killed the Aegis? No, he wouldn't. He told me he didn't. He swore. It's a lie. Oh, I'm afraid it's no lie. Although, to be fair, I don't think he did it intentionally. One might call it a rather unfortunate sequence of events that he violently initiated. Fairness aside, there is work to be done. My young prince, I have no qualm with you. We have spoken already. Come to see eye to eye, if you will. No, you are not the problem here. And he points the glimmering sword at the prince's brother, just now recovering from the blow. The heir will not become king. He has joined the ranks of the enemy, murdered his own mentor and guardian, betrayed his own kingdom and turned his back to God, and so he must perish in divine flames. And his sword ignites, casting brilliance throughout the dim chamber, and the Inquisitor's eye sockets are empty, burning with embers. I don't care about being king, the brother says, grabbing his own weapon and struggling to his feet. I don't even care about Dacia anymore. They didn't start the war. It was my brother's own gift. I don't exactly know how his gift works, but I do know that he didn't mean it. He didn't want there to be a war. He didn't want to cause the storm. He needs help. He needs someone to look up to. Someone who won't leave him. And I'm his brother. It's my duty to look after him. He means the world to me. I would die for him. Do you hear me, Inquisitor? I would die for him! Oh, really? How convenient. Well, I suppose, then, it's time to pay the price. The Inquisitor plants both feet firmly on the ground and thrusts his offhand forth. A lick of fire erupts from his fingertips, blazing toward the brother. The prince is paralyzed by the crown. What does the brother do? You have 2 minutes to decide.
Oh shit.
I say we... It's not a whip this time. It's not a whip this time.
It's not a whip?
No, it is.
Oh, it changed, didn't it?
Changed. No, you just...
No, it is a whip.
Did you just fucking...
Yes. Here's what we know.
I thought it was...
Dodging doesn't work and blocking doesn't work, correct?
So shield
What's
could. No,
that?
we haven't tried blocking.
We rolled.
Try the shield.
We haven't tried
Yeah.
the shield, so we could try blocking the shield. That could work, yeah.
I still think.
So,
I still
use the
think
shield?
the shield should be saved for the second half.
I also think
No
that
other
the
time we can really use the shield except for like
I
the
mean,
rush,
you can
because
block
the
the-
giant explosion doesn't matter. That's a
you can block the sword
make sure
rather
that
than
doesn't
the whip.
That
So
happens.
should we try using the shield?
I think that's the best point in this. We need an upper hand.
Okay, we should probably pass it around then. We gotta use our
I
shield.
would jump or try jumping, but
Can we know what equipment?
The brother. Well, as with all the Dacian soldiers, a sword and a shield. As to things that are invisible to the eye, that is not up to me to describe.
Okay. Sword and shield. That's what he has. Cool.
How did
Yeah, sword and we have a
visions
shield.
work before?
Travelers,
I would not
We
block
need to
the
use our
whip.
shield.
the discussion has come to a close.
We gotta use our shield.
Probably synonym for destruction. For destruction.
I will call upon
No, but like.
Diarmid. What does the brother do?
The brother will deflect the fire using his shield.
The shield, the Dacian shield, the shield of the enemy he has hated so much for so long.
It's
Is it enough to save his life? Let's find out. The brother realizes he doesn't have time to get up. Barely managing to move onto one knee, he brings his Dacian shield up and uses both hands to ready it, and the fire slams into it, and it roars, scorching the shield, burning his arms. But after a moment, just a moment, the fire is gone, and the brother drops the burned shield, its fragments scattering as it hits the stone floor. The Inquisitor readies the glimmering sword and leaps forth, swinging the mighty blade down toward the brother. The prince is still paralyzed. What does the brother do? Decide.
Could strike back.
Deflect. See, I said. Alright.
We just did. Yeah.
The shield is down.
I know, right?
No, let's strike.
I was yelling deflect.
Yeah.
Nice. Dodge.
Been yelling deflect.
All of the
It's the
shots
first time I got it.
D in them.
Clash! We need to clash with our swords.
Yeah,
We're still on the ground. We're still on
we
the
could
ground.
duel. We could duel.
Yeah,
if we want to use a
duel.
D1.
Use our sword. Yeah. What else? We can't
I think it will work.
dodge. Notice we cannot dodge.
In the second one,
So we need to clash.
but no, that's the thing. We've never blocked with the shield before. His legs are intact.
We just did now.
His legs are intact in the second state. Yeah, but in the previous attempts, you haven't. This is the first time he's got his legs working.
So we're attacking. We should attack.
But no, we had working
I think
legs
this is
before
a-
when we tried dodging, and then the second time we tried dodging, it didn't work.
We should probably try to strike
Yeah,
in
but
this
the
phase because
first time it was
we've
with a
never
fire
actually
whip.
we've never tried striking it. Every time we've dodged him, we should just actually try striking since it's gonna be something new that we tried.
He's not on the ground right now.
Correct? So even if we did dodge,
No, not an AoE.
He's
It's not
swinging
an
a
AoE.
sword.
It's not an
He's
it's
swinging
not
a
an
sword
AoE.
from above.
He's swinging a sword at us. Yeah.
A flaming sword.
let's clash then. Let's
It's
try
not.
clashing.
It's not funny. It's just
I'm
glimmering
going to
sword.
call on Big Abass 123. Do you speak?
Yeah.
Big Abass 123.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
We're going to duel with our swords.
A duel, a clash of blades. The brother stays on one knee and watches carefully. For a moment, he's back in time, training with a silver aegis. He knows what to do. He waits for the right moment. And when it comes, he brings the Dacian sword up and it collides with the great blade of his enemy, and fiery sparks fly. With all his might he pushes and rotates, and his parry is successful. But the Dacian sword has been bent uselessly with the force of the blow.
Yep.
The Inquisitor lands on his feet, he and his sword both unharmed.
That's 2 for 2, travelers. But it's going to get much, much more dangerous. The Inquisitor steps back, glaring down at the brother who is still trying to stand. The Inquisitor raises one arm heavenward, and fire begins to gather in his palm. The prince remains paralyzed. What does the brother do?
Not gonna attack the prince because he wants them alive, so hide behind the prince.
Yeah, duck behind the prince. There you go.
Yeah, duck behind the prince. Yeah, duck behind the prince.
That's the thing. He stepped away.
Slower.
Yeah.
He stepped away and his arms are in the air. He can't attack right now. Go to the prince.
Yeah.
We've been trying to get up for 2 turns.
The prince is also immune to fire. The prince is also immune to fire. He got hit earlier.
Go for the prince. Go for the prince.
We could.
Line of sight. Line of sight. Let's go.
Line of sight. Line of sight. Yeah.
Line of sight.
They stepped away. Their arms are distracted already. And we've been trying to get up for 2 turns.
Why would we use the prince as
The
a
prince
meat
is
shield
immune to
when
fire.
he literally
The prince
just...
is immune to fire, apparently.
Let's use our brother as a meat shield. That sounds wonderful. Am I right?
Wait.
Well, he defied, I don't know if he's immune, but it's like he defied the fire earlier. Like he just like he was in the room when it was burning. It was fine.
We have no shield. We have no sword. We both use that. That he has stepped away. Their arms are already
Duck behind the
distracted.
prince.
So go for the prince. Yes. Duck behind the prince.
So go for the prince. Grab the sword. Grab the sword.
Go for the prince and grab the sword.
The sword is... Our sword is
Let's hide
bent,
first,
the
let's hide
shield is
first.
useless.
Our ribs aren't broken,
We're
so.
hiding here. There's no pillars.
No, as in the golden sword.
The burning one?
It's time.
That's in...
It's time. It's time. It's time.
Oh no, I got to hide behind the prince. Use our brother as a meat
I
shield.
shall call on Zared. What is the best idea you have had?
What? What?
Interesting.
No.
I think that it also involves going to the prince.
So let's just go to the prince.
Why?
We should tell the prince to focus, close his eyes, and wish to displace the Inquisitor to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh yeah, because
Interesting.
the brother would have heard of what happened.
Can the prince even hear him right now? Does he have time to explain it? I'm going to interpret your suggestion as the brother asking the prince to use his miracle. Is this alright with you? Very well. Let's see if the prince's miracle is sufficient. The brother looks at the Inquisitor and then at his brother. His brother is just on all fours, not moving, and with the last moment he has, he calls out for his brother to use his miracle. Wish something, wish anything, quickly. The brother can see the great light growing. No, the light isn't growing. It's aimed right at him. God, no. Lana, no, not like this.
prince watches the events unfold, helpless. His gift disabled. The Inquisitor grabs the prince by his head and lifts him off the ground. But when he lets go, the prince does not fall. He hangs by the head, by the crown. The prince becomes completely trapped in his own body as he feels a presence increase nearby. And he watches, powerless, as his brother's body is removed from the throne room. His mother's cold voice echoes through the tall chamber. The prince looks at her sitting on the throne, but there is no movement there. And the queen's disembodied voice orders the deaths of all Dacians outside and declares that a new era has begun, an era under her rule as the Grey Queen. My friends, for this tale's conclusion, please follow me.
Okay, so we know two of the right answers. We know two of the right answers now.
Wait, she was evil the whole
I'm
time?
really mad right now, but it's
No,
fine.
she's no, she's controlled. She has a crown on her. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
By royal decree, the Inquisitor becomes the oracle of the Church of Varna and a general for a great new army of Lazarus. He guides the vanguard in the war against the neighboring kingdom of Dacia, he himself wielding the power of 1,000 men and the fire straight from a dragon's bowels. And his greatest weapon, not his infernal miracle, not any blade nor spear, but a boy, ever by his side, donning Varnan robes, bearing a simple crown. A boy who, when not needed, sits on the stone floor of a tall, featureless room, without music, without art, without education, without friendship, without love. A boy who, with a single thought, would reduce entire armies, entire cities, entire kingdoms to dust, to be blown away in the next breeze. Time and time again. My dear friends, welcome to Bad Ending B of The Prince. For those who are new here, there will be some announcements in a couple of minutes by Sheen. Please remain here while the tour guides realign our ether. If you would all like to take a group photo, please do so
here and now. We tour guides will stand aside, and after you take the photo, Sheen will deliver his announcements.
We want you part of the picture.
It's not right not having the tour guides part of the picture.
It's wrong with you not being in there.
It feels
we can literally
morally
just-
compromising.
Yeah, just stand around the tour guides. It's easy.
In front of them like that. Yeah, let's just do it on the wall back here.
Yeah, just stand in front of the tour guides. It's easy.
Yeah, easy.
That's why they have to be part of
You
it.
and me like
You have. We're not giving you a choice. You're part of our photo. Hold on, wait.
Where are we looking?
Mind the photo?
Towards the
there we are.
way.
I'm asking.
There are a whole lot of people that definitely aren't because
Very good. I'm not.
camera has a wide field of view, but okay, there we go.
I don't know why.
Alright.
We need as many pictures as possible.
What's the word we say? Save us, Mana.
Save us, Mana.
Save us $5 off of
Save
this
us,
10
Mana.
piece
Require additional
confessions.
pylons.
That'll be $99.
Build
Thank you
that
very
on
much.
Crete.
Trojan.
Trojan horse.
Trojan.
Trojan horse.
Trojan horse, Jim.
Trojan horse.
Worcestershire Jim. Worcestershire Jim.
Trojan horse, Jim.
We are close. Can you feel it? A new ending, perhaps, next time.
Possibly.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
We were
I
so
missed out on the good
close.
stuff.
Yeah, at least we know
But
two
we
of
don't-
the answers.
We don't know what to do at the end though.
Yeah.
Might take us a bit.
So, okay, so
We could always try jumping
what
for
were
the
first
brother.
two options? Because I missed.
We
Yeah, maybe
Dodge.
English
Shield sword.
is a prince.
and so we started with the
I
shield.
think it might
so
still
we
be the
started with
rule
the
of
shield.
these.
Then we clashed the Inquisitor with the sword.
found out
and then the
that
third one we
the
tried to
attack
call
is
after the
direct-
prince
is
to
aimed. It's not
do a miracle, and
something
it
that
didn't
attacks
work.
the
I
whole
don't know
room.
why we
Well,
did, but at least we know
Well, the
that.
brother
Jesus,
cannot
Jesus.
hear us.
Hey,
confirmed, so-
Protag, let's
Let's
respect the
All
person.
those,
Let's
No,
respect the
that's-
person who made the
No.
decision.
That's literally
Like,
what I was
he
about- what I was
said
just about to
that
say.
it
At
was
least we know
aimed
for certain
directly
now
at
there's
the
no wrong
brother
answers. That was
tonight.
literally what I was
Uh,
saying.
it's blue.
Sad ending.
Because
The brother realized that
At least
it
we know
wasn't
now
an
for sure.
AoE, it was aimed for him.
got me down.
There's no wrong answers. Just more information. That is-
So Dodge were rehearsing for the Blue Man Group.
But the thing is,
Travelers, your attention, please.
I do too.
Travelers, thank you for journeying with us to the end of this story. That's too bad for the prince. He'll be up there in that tower, that featureless room, without art, as Trajan says. How long will he remain there? How long do characters from the endings we abandon remain where they are? Perhaps that's a question that we must answer eventually. Travelers, put your hands together for the greatest tour guide in the world, Trajan.
Expensive clapping.
Trojan, you are the best.
Amazing. Them.
Travelers,
Love you, Trojan.
we create immersive, story-based tours with original writing, beautiful worlds, voice acting, and wholesome team effort. We always do this for fun, and we always do this for free. However, we do ask one thing in return.
We ask that you join our Discord and post the photos and or comments from today's tour there. The Discord ID is my status in VR chat. There, you can discuss the alternate endings to our tours, the secrets of our headquarters, and other mysteries. Finally, if you really enjoy the hard work our team puts into this, and you want to help us write more stories and create more beautiful worlds, please support us on Patreon. Joining us there is only $3 per month, and it grants you eligibility to play character roles in our tours, like the NPCs you saw today. You also are granted access to a private Discord channel within our server. There we post content and updates from our projects that we're currently working on. Well, travelers, thank you for your support. Behind the scenes, Trey Jim, Rendizo, and our good friend Pimon Nick 123 are working hard. Soon, we'll have more adventures for you. So once again, thank you for your support. I'll open a portal to the after party in a few minutes. But for now, please continue your discussion on what we'll do next time during The Prince.
But, okay, so...
So, what do you think?
I say that next time when we reach the third one, we say dodge. Because this time, we know that the attack is aimed.
The third attack has been described as all-encompassing.
Clear something up.
It spreads
I'm sorry.
actually from the outside in.
That's a
negative.
Trajan has specified
but
on the Discord that the D word is not
but based on what was said tonight, it sounded like it was aimed.
The first attack is a whip that is aimed, but
Yeah, no. First attack we block, second attack we deflect, third attack we dodge.
I don't know if you can dodge psychic
No,
brain power.
no, the last
it's
last
like
word is a
it goes out in all
it is
directions.
a full room. It's like a it goes out in all
it's-
directions. Like
it's a
bam,
fucking
it like
nuke.
goes. It is a full. Yeah.
But it sounded
so
like
we
it
should
was
probably
more
hide behind the
aimed.
prince.
Tonight.
Yeah, but like every
Like,
other
I was here
time
last
it's been,
time, but
it's coming towards him.
every other time it's been it's coming
that's what
towards
it
him,
said,
so we
it's
should just
coming
hide
towards
behind
him.
the.
Anthill.
Yeah.
Well, we also
should
have
hide
to
behind
remember
the
that this
prince.
time his legs are actually working, so yeah.
Well, yeah, well,
But
I
still,
mean,
dodge
the thing-
towards the prince, that's one other
Here's the
thing.
With how the fire worked, with how the fire erupted, everyone surrounding the prince, who I believe was relatively close to them, got scorched, like the cultists and all that. So even if we were to get
Yeah,
close
but that
to
was
the
that was
prince,
the
we'd
that
probably
was
be-
that was from
That was the prince doing.
That was from the prince. This is
That
from the
was from the
Inquisitor.
prince himself. This time it's from
I
the
still feel like the
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor has no reason to hold back, even for the prince himself.
He does.
That we are dealing with
well,
a
here's the no, we're not.
magic
Well, here's the deal. We're not worried. This doesn't need to care. What we're worried about is that I'm not even worried. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get behind the prince because the prince is immune to fire. That's why we want to go behind him.
At the moment.
You literally use the prince as a wall. And if not, then the Inquisitor stops their attack.
Here's the thing though, the prince is much smaller than the brother, and it probably would take time because the
You
prince
can
is
hide
already
behind
armed.
someone.
That's also interesting.
We're not going to completely avoid the attack.
On all fours. Unless we were to be able to grab them, pull them up, and hold them there, I feel
The fire's
like even if that was
coming from
possible,
above.
the brother wouldn't
Also
go
keep
through
that
it.
No, it's coming. It's coming
It's
down
coming from
on
above
him. It's
the
coming.
Inquisitor. He has his hand in the air.
Do you have a better option? That's what I'm trying to explain. Like, this is kind of the only option we have left. We don't have a shield. And what would a shield do in that situation? We can't dodge because if we dodge,
We
it
have
fails the room
two
anyway.
other unidentified items.
Is yes, we don't know what else
As
we have on
someone
us, that's
asked
the
the Tritium, and he said that there are two unidentified items. So
I think it's amazing.
we need to figure out what those two items are.
It's made like a Twitter post and link the group.
Because something tells me that one of them is key to the third one.
By the community working together.
I mean,
And then-
one of the items is the sword.
As a newcomer, it's kind of like
No, there was sword, shield, and then two unidentified.
Let me explain. One of them is the brother's sword. The brother's sword is on the prince.
Right.
Okay. But what else is on the brother?
It's not on the brother, it's on the prince, it's the Ludician pendant.
No.
It's not on the brother.
So far,
it's-
we've only No.
I know.
There
I
is
know.
4.
I know. What I'm trying to say is
What's
that
the fourth?
I don't, because they're not visible on the brother. The way it was worded, I'm imagining that it's Ludician pendants and the brother's sword
Was it
on the
4?
print.
I heard anything else that is invisible.
Okay.
To the eye.
Yeah, I heard anything else that was invisible. I didn't know there were two. I heard there was anything else that was invisible.
I heard 2.
Now wait, hold on. Remember,
I don't
remember
believe a number
the
was said.
discussion in the Prince channel about something called
I'm right here if you need something clarified.
When you said anything else invisible to the eye, did you give that a
previous
number, or did you just say anything else invisible to the eye on the body when we were
A
clarifying
number of
equipment?
things invisible to the eye?
Yeah, that's some. They think so. There is miscommunication. Like we think there's miscommunication in when you mentioned the Dacian shield and Dacian sword, and then you said, and they think you said like 2 other things that are invisible to the eye on the person.
Ah, I did not give any quantitative details, I believe.
Yeah, so that's
It
what I
could be
thought.
nothing. It could be 1,000 things. It could be up to your imagination.
Yeah, there definitely was not a number.
Well, I'll see you in the afterparty.
Yep.
Right, we're going to the after party now. Well,
Okay.
that was progress. That was certainly progress.
That was impressive, honestly.
Progress. Hell yeah.
Progress.
I'm gonna see what's up with my
Progress.
Progress.
Take care.
I just need some.
I'm glad we got to deflect. You know, I've been.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel?
I feel justified.
Satiated?
Yeah, I feel justified.
Feel justified?
I immediately started screaming deflect at the first.
Wait, did that's why I was saying like we couldn't deflect because I thought we already deflected with like the sword.
I was yelling to deflect, and people were like, "Nah, that doesn't sound good." And I'm like,
8942. I'm gonna go join Highlang if you want to join me. Okay?
I mean, so the reason people are saying it didn't sound good before was because all we had was a sword. Like, are you did under the so you don't
You can
deflect a
deflect
whip with a sword.
You can
You
parry.
get your sword stolen. No.
No. I
Stolen.
said I
When you
never. I
deflect
never.
a whip.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was yelling it for the second option, but and honestly,
Right. But still,
well.
that like I think a clash works in better in that situation because if it's deflect, it's supposed to be defensive. But hell, we did
Right,
it
so-
correctly. So
I'm gonna
shield,
go-
shield, sword,
what should
shield,
I-
sword.